Shit talk a black. Episodic memory is the memory of autobiographical events. So that means they're going inside your pineal gland. Autobiographical events. Wow. That is your pineal gland. Your pineal gland can tell you about your past lives. If you dig deep enough, or you're in tuned enough with your pineal gland, it can even take you back to even before the earth ever was. Also, it can take you back before we decided to experience the flesh. It can take you way outside yourself. I heard someone on a video say, you know, when you go this traveling or whatever you said, watch your body. They can do anything to your body when you're not there, but they actually, when you go traveling, it's as though you have a sub-mind there, so they can't fuck with that. They can't fuck with your substitute mind. No, that will be your substitute mind that's there. So, like me, when I travel, they can't fuck with me, period. While I'm gone, I have a substitute mind. That substitute mind belongs to me. If I am playing a game while I'm gone, then that's what I'm doing. You will come in, you'll see me playing a game. I'll probably lose a lot too. Because I'm really not there. It's just my body, and I left a substitute mind there. It's not really even a substitute memory. It's a substitute mind, so that it will control my body to keep playing the game while I'm gone. No one can fuck with your body when you are traveling. Now, if they have your ass dreaming and you think you're traveling, then they can fuck with your body, but they cannot fuck with mine. So they were trying to fuck with my is it episodic memory in my pineal gland. This is an autobiographical event, which is times, places, associated emotions, and other contextual who, what, when, where, why knowledge that can be explicitly stated. It is a collection of past personal experience that occur at a particular time and place. Targeted individual. But this is your pineal gland that they are fucking with. You know, they can change your memories. Like, man, I witnessed some shit happen. And the one who, and you know, it was just all them, you know, simulating these beings. I saw it simulating these. I don't like to call melanated ones people. Okay, so they were simulating these melanated beings. I saw it. I see this a lot, and I see how they're being simulated. But the one they simulated first will remember. Their memory will be different than those who witness it, and even some of the witnesses, those who witness it, their memory will be as the I will call them a simulated perpetrator. Because they simulated that one first to perpetrate the whole fucking ordeal. I've been there and I've seen that, and I've seen the simulated perpetrator give you know, things on the events of what happened, and that's not what happened. They even would make me seem like I am a liar, like I don't remember what the fuck happened. They would tell me, no, that's not what happened. This is what happened. So when you say, tell me, no, that's not what happened, then you're calling me a liar. You're saying my memory is so fucked up that I made this shit up. No, they're fucking with your memory. But I don't say anything to them because I know that they are fucking with their memory. And I also know that they put that memory there for that person to remember it that way. And when they put the memory there for you to remember it that way, no one can bring you out of it. It's like you are under some form of hypnosis. to remember the situation happened like that, not as though you started the whole thing. They would say the other person started the whole thing. I mean, I've seen a couple of them do that, and I've seen it all play out from the beginning to end, and then the afterwards, the one that the simulated perpetrator remembers, and the one who was, I don't know if they were simulated or if they just decided they need to defend themselves, you know. That's like a normal reaction. They seem to remember it the way it went down, but the one who perpetrated it will have a memory, and it's a false memory, but it's more so like false positive memory or some shit like that, because it's actually not the memory. And the one who they simulated the first, you know, some of them don't even remember what they did, period. So all they have is that false positive memory. That's all they have to go by. So that's what he's fucking with also.
Define the individual within the brain. In other words, a person's memory.
Now you see how he keeps saying the individual. I guess that is an I.
Consciousness and sense of self can be fully accessed and modified.
This is how I see Earthlings. When I go outside, I kind of see them like this. But this is a movie, and I've seen the movie too. And they did have these people under massive mind control, and the people didn't even know. I've seen a couple of movies like that. They had them under mind control, and the people didn't even know. They just thought that was normal. That's a way of life, and that's what reminds me of Earthlings. All this bullshit that goes on, they act as though this shit is normal, and it is a way of life. Like it's normal to get in a big ass plane with a big ass bomb and go kill babies somewhere else in someone else's country. You're going to fly a plane. You leave here, this land, to go to another land, and that's what the man name inside his name, Gore, meant land. So you go from this land to another man's land in a fucking plane and drop bombs and kill the babies. You think that shit is normal, because you know I know you believe it's normal because you get paid for it. So if you get paid for it, then it's normal. And money is magic. You know, there is one supremacy guy, I'll say King Noble. He has a video on your own business. You know, and I listened to him and I was like, damn, he's telling the fucking truth. I never thought that me having my own business was like that, except the difference between those he's talking about and me. I didn't work hard and work my ass off to join hold to the Pink Man and to have what he had. No, I was working to get my own land, my own trailer on that land, and then have enough land. My children, they want a trailer or build a house when they're older, and businesses for my tribe. And I created my own tribe. But that pink motherfucker I just showed you, him and his nasty ass associates, they took my tribe away. That wasn't the first time they did it. Shit, they probably did it 26 times. I've been here 26 times. I've died 26 times. I'm not coming back 27 though.
Completely shit. Much like the research of Dr. Ewan Cameron.
No. I don't know if he said Dr. Urine Cameron, you know, like urine, like piss. I don't know. But I do know that Orwell, his name Gorge, went into shit. That I know. This nigga name is Cameron. Now, there's another Cameron. He wrote the movie Avatar, and he put it in our faces and showed us how they killed us when they were on Mars. The war they perpetrated when they were on Mars. At the end, you will see Jake, you know, the Pink Man. He you know, they always write themselves in like that. He acted as though he was able to stay, and now he is the chief, head nigga in charge over the Pandorians, you know. But bitch, you ain't. Pandora don't even want you. Well, that's another story. Anyways, so he sends the rest where? He says they're going back home to Earth. But Earth was not the home. The home was Mars. And if you look at those who were leaving at the end to come to Earth, there were a few melanated ones there too. So the Pink Man, he does have melanated ones with him, you know, and they do their bidding. to destroy the rest of us melanated ones, you know, to help the pink man destroy us, because they don't really need the melanated ones to destroy their own. They destroy their own on their own, but they need the melanated man to help destroy the melanated man.
Sought to do so by more primitive means. Dr. Persinger says the brain processes can be circumvented by direct induction of this information within the brain. The basic premise is that the synthetic duplication of the
now, to me, this thing does seem to me, this thing looks like more than one thing to me, but some parts of it, it looks like an apple. You know, as though, you know, when you take a bite out the apple in the garden, then you will be like God. You know, you will have all this information, and that is what we have today. You know, we have information. You know, it's called artificial information. You know, the AI, artificial intelligence, because we're all putting our information in here together, and that makes us one too. And but this looks like an apple at times, and sometimes it looks like someone's ass, and sometimes it looks like a vagina, but this is your mind. More so, when I saw it clicking like that, I said, well, maybe it looks like an apple, because that's when they tell you you're hungry, you know, because the food we eat is no good anyway. So they will tell you that you're hungry, and you will go and eat, and then 40 minutes later they will tell you that you're hungry again, but you could be, because, you know, the food is only fillers. It doesn't fill you up that, you know, for too long. But maybe they'll say you're hungry for some fast food like McDonald's to kill your ass. And then when it looks like this, to me, that's like your ass, really, and this is like the head of a penis. So to me, that's when they operate you to have sex. Then it comes a time where it looks like a vagina, and that's when they can tell you when to have sex. And those that you know, like, if your children or you yourself, if you are a prostitute or you are on drugs, it's because them motherfuckers, they did that shit. They plant the drugs in your hood. They already made up programs. Then they plant the drugs in your hood. Someone is a perp, comes along, puts you on drugs, because the friend does not ask another friend to do drugs. Only perps will introduce you to drugs. And no one has ever just got on drugs on their own. You know, like, just went to the drug dealer house and say, hey, dude, you know, let me get some of them drugs. No, someone introduces you to drugs. I know, you know, just people around me did drugs, but they never say, hey, come do drugs with us. Only one. And I haven't seen her since she did that shit.
By the sensors to an actual...
You see? This, to me, looks like an apple. You know, the seeds? So this is how they are getting inside our minds and fucking us up, having us to do what they want us to do.
Without the presence of that stimulus.
And the way that it blinked in and out, that's a form of a stimulus too. You have to watch these pink motherfuckers when they're snitching on each other, because they get an income for this shit. And they know what they're doing. They can only go so far. If they decide, like one man, he wrote a book, I think, Behold the Pale Horse. I had that book too. I think he began to write another book. They killed his ass on that other book. I guess they say, you know, you can go ahead and make that, and write that book, and that's how you will get your money. But when he got ready to write the other, maybe he didn't take it to the board. Or maybe the board told him no, and he decided to write it anyway. That nigga is dead.
What Dr. Persinger is saying is that virtually...
Oh, his name is Persinger. Persinger. Like, he sings like a fucking cat purring. But he's singing in your minds.
Any mental state can be artificially injected into a human brain from an exterior source. The most frightening thing is that the means for doing this already exists in a fully operational form on a worldwide basis. Quote,
no, they like to tell you about Satan and Lucifer, the devil. There's no such thing as Lucifer. That, to me, that's some kind of made up motherfucking word. Aleister Crowley made the word up. He had to. Because Aleister Crowley is the one that fucked with the Bible. And Aleister Crowley is the one that changed that put Lucifer in there. I think he put him in the garden. That's a program too. the Bible, it's a lot of shit in there that's a program. And so Lucifer, when you look it up in a Bible concordance, Lucifer is in the New Testament, therefore it should come up in the concordance as Hebrew, but it doesn't. It comes up as Greek, and that's how I know someone had fucked with it. Well, I mean, you know, that gave me actual proof. Someone didn't know at the time fuck with it. And there's a scripture, I think it's 2 Timothy 2:15, tells you to study so that you can righteously discern the truth or some shit like that. Study to show thyself approved. Well, anyway, you're supposed to find the truth or some shit like that. And that let me know that you have to learn to rightly divide the truth, and that let me know that someone has been fucking around in the book. Also, the book is filled with codes. If you don't know how to read that book and you're reading it, or you're thinking of the way that the pink man has taught us to read it, then you should put it down, because you're keeping spells on us. I don't give a damn if you're melanated or non-melanated. If you do not know how to break the codes, read the codes, and it's also encrypted. If you don't know about this shit, put that book away, please. Because you're keeping me also under spells. Now they talk about Satan. This is Satan. Satan is the satellite. See, Satan is the god of light. This is SAT. And then you have light. Satellite. That is your Satan.
Power levels for these amplitudes are similar to those
a different type of satellite.
Generated globally.
And look at this satellite. Look at these dishes. They call these dishes. Why? Because this is what they put our minds on and eat off of them. Dishes. And you know, like if you go to apartments and they have satellite dishes for the internet, or no, satellite dishes for the cable. I don't know if you use satellite dishes for the internet. I never saw anyone put up a dish to get internet. I'm not for sure, but I know it's for your cable. If you look at the satellite dishes, they're all looking up at the sky. They're all pointed the same way, and they look like they're praying. That was kind of scary when I noticed that. A lot of things on this earth is kind of scary, but I'm not scared. It's just kind of scary. A lot of things on this planet to me is really, really scary.
By radio and communication system.
You see that bitch open the fuck up like a flower?
Within the last 2 decades, a potential has emerged which was improbable, but which is now marginally feasible. This potential is the technical capability to influence directly a major portion of the approximately 6 billion brains of the human species by generating neural information within a physical medium within which all members of the species are immersed.
All members of the species are immersed. All members, not just black and white. All members. All of us.
Unquote. Dr. Persinger's message,
except for the pink supremacy motherfuckers. I don't think nobody fucks with them.
minus the jargon, is that the entire human race can be controlled through the use of electromagnetic influence piggyback.
The entire human race. Electromagnetic influence piggybacked on anything. Like when I go and get codes, a lot of that can be piggybacked on. See this kind of shit? They can piggyback on it. If you put your name in and your birthday and put in human subject. Put your name, not your middle name, just first and last name. Oh, you can put your middle name, but I would just say first and last name. Your middle name may come up. Put in your first and your last name, and then put in human subject and your birthday, and see what comes up. Sometimes you can even put in the town, the place you were born. Put that in there. See what comes up. They will piggyback on shit like this. But those are programs written for you. I found so many programs written for me, and a lot of programs I have to break.
On television and radio networks or other technological
antennas. This is how you know they are Martians. Martians need antennas. Pay attention to the movies made back in 1950. They did so many Martian. You know, Martian movies. And they also show you that they put chips in you. Well, it is a device. Not a chip, but it's a device they put in our minds. They show you. The first people they took over were the police and military. And this is why they have military quiet wars and shit. So this is 20 minutes in. I'm gonna come back another day and finish this, but before my son comes back, I want to show you more of who I want to hear the Black conscious community and all the Black supremacy leaders. I want to hear them talk about them, you know, to call them busted and to show proof that, you know, that they're this and they're that and they're liars and they're tricksters and they're full of shit and they're bitches. Oh, and they're two melanated ones too. I'm going to show you all of them. Should talk a lot about.